Hello and welcome to Reviews. As always, I'm Plume Noir, and here we have Fantastic Four number 7. I've been a little bit iffy on Slott's run here. Um, I love the Fantastic Four, and yeah, I'm so glad they're back in the Marvel Universe. But, as always with Dan Slott, I'm kind of underwhelmed with this series. Um, I've liked some of his previous series, and he's done some crap jobs, and I find him kind of inconsistent. But the Fantastic Four, his run has been just kind of eh. I mean, trying to think of a way to describe it, it hasn't been really too great, I don't think. But, I mean, I don't think it's been terribly horrible. So here we have the conclusion to Galactus invading Earth. And I have to give some props. It feels like Slott did his homework. And I'll give credit to that. Um, there are callbacks to previous Galactus stories. And I'm still not crazy about Doom reverting back to this after we saw his stint as basically Iron Man. We saw him change. We saw him become a better character. As I just mentioned in my last video, I do like redemption, and Doom is a fascinating character. He's a great character because when written well, he's not always wrong. He is, basically of his people, in his mind, a lot like, Doc Ock, he thinks himself better than everyone else, thinks himself superior. And we saw a little bit after Secret Wars, the not the original, but the recent one, where he was brought back down after being God. And, so yeah, we saw him kind of redeeming himself. He had a more, I guess you would say, humbled view, and I really liked that take. It was a nice evolution of the character, and to have been brought back to classic Doom so quickly, it hasn't been sitting right with me. And I say this as someone, I like Doom. I like Doom a lot. I mean, he is like Dr. Octopus, he seems like he would always be fun to write. Um, so yeah, let's just start into this issue. I just had to get that out of the way. Um, this cover's not bad. They've been doing this kind of style, this light inks, focusing on the colors. And normally I don't like it when they play around with the logo, but this one, the title being shifted off to the side fits. I mean, because this is Galactus. He should be towering. His presence should overwhelm. And yeah, it works on this. We have Doom and Reed side by side, which again, this cover is a pretty good example of what's going on in the issue, and I like that. I like when the cover represents what's going on inside, only because it helps me remember. I can see an issue cover and go, "Oh yeah, here's what happened in that issue." I've got this weird, I don't know, memory when it comes to that. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop in. One thing about this is, let's see. I actually did read this. Um, He's talking about Victorious, but Doom's plan was twofold. He also used Victorious's power as a lure for Galactus. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Maybe I need to reread the previous issue, but and I could be wrong. I'm saying that right off the bat, but I don't remember that being revealed in the previous issue. It is revealed in this issue, so I could be misremembering, but I don't remember that in the previous issue. And it sucks when the recap, if I'm correct, gives away that plot point. Um, so yeah, we start off with a little bit of not an origin, but a thing of Doom when his father and he were on the run. Again, it fills in with the lore of Doctor Doom's father being blamed for the death of the Baron. His gypsy healing ability couldn't save the dying wife. So Doctor Doom's father did everything he could, saved his son, and you know, young Doom remembers, we shall not surrender. And this issue is being narrated by Doom. Now tonight, by those woods, on the side of the same mountain, that sacrifice his fathers will be repaid. So Doom used Victorious to basically, get Galactus's attention. She's powered up, and he's compelled to, get her energy. And Doom says, "Well, what are you waiting for, Richards? Don't stand there slack-jawed. The bait has been taken. The trap has been sprung. Follow me." And the Fantastic Four are like, what? Bait, Reed, he means that woman, Victorious. Yes, I fear so. And Doom is, obsessed with her. Not Doom. Galactus is obsessed with Victorious's power. Never have I known such an all-consuming desire. The energies inside you. Give them to me. That's a good pickup line. Use that in a bar sometime. I guarantee it works most of the time, every time. So he's killing her. We have to do something. Um, Hold that thought. Reed, you said the girl's power might make her go kaboom. But if Galactus is siphoning it off, you're right, it's too convenient. Not convenient, Richards, according to my plan. I'm telling you, there's too many variables at play. You couldn't have accounted for all of them. Perhaps you couldn't, Mr. Fantastic. But then again, you are not Victor Von Doom. So Doom has these devices that he's using on Galactus. And singularity disruptors, dozens of them. Astounding, you've weaponized the building blocks of the universe. Yes, behold my wondrous Big Bang cannons. Now, now, he's hidden these cannons all in the countryside to take on Galactus. But you're probably thinking, oh my god, that is so cheesy. That is so. But, and I will say this is where Dan Slott did his homework. This is an example. A lot in this story reads like an updated Stan and Jack tale. Maybe not so much the super imaginative art of Jack Kirby, but some of the dialogue. Now, you can slam me if you want. I am not comparing Dan Slott to Stanley and Jack Kirby. Let me get this just straight away. I am not making that comparison. But something like this being called Big Bang Cannons by Doctor Doom is totally something that Stanley would have written. If he had known, in the 60s, singularity disruptors and, building blocks of the universe. This page right here reads like something that Stanley would have written. Just updated for modern times. And I will give Dan credit on that. When I first got to this page, I was like, yeah, I groaned. But then I stopped and thought about it. I'm like, no, wait, that's kind of clever. So, that aside, watch as we wreak havoc on Galactus' subatomic structure. So, he has his plans, and basically he's putting the Fantastic Four to work. Jonathan, Benjamin, you will strike while we have the advantage. Herd him toward the base of Mount Doom. And Johnny, of course, is like, Jonathan? And Thing asks, are we taking orders from him? And Reed says, for now. And here's where it's kind of interesting. Doom tells them to go herd them toward the base of the mountain. And Johnny just completely ignores that and goes after Victorious, trying to rescue her. All right, Victor, you need our help. That comes with a price. Your plan, explain it to me. An accord? Very well. The science behind it is complex. Try to keep up. And kind of reminiscent of some of the early Stan and Jack. Maybe I should just call them Stack together. Stan and Jack things. The Invisible Woman doesn't have a lot to do in this issue, and she even points it out. And what am I supposed to be doing during all of this? Well, she's on crowd control. She's to help save the people because his cannons, they can be a danger to the people. And so she ends up shielding them. And, and this is, Latveria loves Doom. It's great. I've always liked that. Look, Lord Doom has sent the woman to protect us. And of course, she sees Cambots. I'm going to resist the MST3K thing. Um, of course, Doom's broadcasting this across the world. Typical. I hope this is playing better outside Latveria. And they're all, the master is so thoughtful. Bless him. It's just, how can you not love that? And of course, we see across the world, it's really good for PR, because here in Japan we see, what are the Fantastic Four doing there? Didn't Doctor Doom say he'd kill anyone who interfered with his battle? I know I feel better knowing they're with him. Now there's a chance we might survive this. And of course, we cut over to Alicia Grimm, I guess, and Alicia Masters, Alicia Grimm. Um, since Doom is broadcasting this to everyone, they decide to just turn off the television. Victor Von Doom can take all our TVs, but he can't force us to keep them on. Your nephew Ben is there. You think you might want to watch that? That's the one. Yeah. Anyway, so Wyatt and Alicia, they're talking about having some of the wedding cake, and so they go to check on the kids, and surprise, surprise, they're not in bed. They're actually downstairs. They've taken the truck apart and are going to build a teleporter to go to Latveria to help their parents. So Alicia sends them to bed, and before we go, there was talk of cake. And tomorrow, first thing, we're putting that truck back together. I was going to make it even better so it could fly. No flying trucks. Man, when did Aunt Alicia become such a buzzkill? And Wyatt, asks her, kids, right? You imagine it's going to be this way for you and Ben? Maybe one day. Tonight was definitely a good reminder, though. Wyatt Wingfoot, former boyfriend to the She-Hulk, now glorified babysitter. Yeah, that's how you upgrade a character, whatever. But as the kids are going to bed, we've got these creatures outside the window watching them. So we cut away from the plot that's checking in on the kids to the main plot. And we have Johnny, who's trying to rescue Victorious, and they're doing this whole stupid slap kiss thing. Johnny's trying to be super charming, and Dan Slott doesn't write that very well. I mean, Johnny's supposed to be this super cocky, cool guy, but it's not really playing well to me. He almost seems like desperate. And maybe we saw in some of the wedding issue. One of the wedding issues, there was the talk of Johnny and Ben where they had the conversation. And Johnny was feeling, he was kind of jealous of Ben, and this almost seems trying too hard. So yeah, we get back to Ben, who's talking about being a professional and actually doing what Doom asked him to do. And so we have Reed asked to go over Doom's plans, and they do tie this up. Dan Slott did some homework here, and talks about how, I swear to you, Reed, on my father's soul, what we're doing here today, this unbelievable task, is for the good of the people, of the people of Earth, the rest of the cosmos. And Johnny, Ben, you were here while Sue, the children, and I were away. Is this true? Basically talking about how Galactus was supposed to be the life bringer. Actually, yeah. Ben and I ran into good Galactus over on Yancey Street. It's crazy, but he ain't lying. It happened when we were helping my neighbor Moon Girl and her pal Devil Dinosaur. And I do love editorial notes where they do refer to things. It reminds you that this is part of a bigger universe, that these other books all exist in the same universe. And even Reed guy is like, wait, what? To sum it up while we were gone, a dinosaur moved to Yancey Street, Galactus became a force for good, and all the while Doom was attempting to be a hero? Well, yeah, when you put it that way. And of course, this is classic Doom response. Ha! I've always been a hero. The problem is the four of you lack the proper perspective. And that is how Doom feels. While Doom side-eyes a staple. Bah! Staples mean nothing to the will of Doom. So yeah, we get back to here. And then Johnny tells Galactus, you're drawn to this Vicky's. He keeps calling Victoria's Vicky. It's supposed to be cute. It's not. Um, Knockoff version of the Power Cosmic, right? Well, let's see if I can tempt you with the real thing. Wait, what? All the FF, we're powered by cosmic rays, and when I use my all or nothing Nova Blast, for just a sec I can hit power cosmic levels too. So here, try a taste of this. Wait, Johnny, I don't think your power has ever worked that way. Your Nova Blast has been a big blast of your powers. I mean, yeah, you did get your powers from cosmic rays, but that's not really the power cosmic. It's never been established like that. That's completely new. And basically, you're just torching Galactus. Yeah, this. Anyway, so it apparently works somehow. Um, Such power, so pure. I am almost restored. And Vicky, of course, escapes from the bubble that Galactus had her in. Cocky little. I could have let you fall, but I didn't. So this makes us even. Yes, I don't owe you anything, Johnny Storm. Not one blessed thing. So she catches Johnny because when he Nova blasts, it basically knocks him out. That's why he says it's an all or nothing. And yeah, her apocalyptian armor. They're doing this. They're setting this up, and it's really bad. And yeah, I'm gonna have to stop it really soon. Maybe just this next couple pages. So Doom, Thing hits Galactus in the kneecap, and he finally notices. I've had my fill of you, nattering pest. Be gone! And he unleashes the power cosmic into the Thing, and the Thing is strong enough that he can handle it, at least for a little bit. And then, excuse me, we have Susan Storm come up. I said Susan Storm. Wow. Susan Richards, Invisible Woman, come up and help shield the Thing from the cosmic, the power cosmic. And that looks weird, the way she's on her sliding force field and putting this other force field up, and that whole thing looks kind of weird. And so yeah, she has to read, hey, can you guys do what you're going to do? And yeah, I got to stop it here because the ending comes up pretty quickly. Basically, this is a really interesting plan by Doom to basically put Latveria on the map, and it works. They end up taking care of Galactus, but in a very strange way that seems very. While he would harness Galactus's power, the way he does it is it's kind of weird. Even Doom knows not to do what he does in this issue. And yeah, I don't want to give it away. But I am going to say right now that Victorious is going to be the key to the Fantastic Four survival. It's being played out right now. It's being foreshadowed and kind of ham-fisted. And this issue it's not bad. The art is kind of neat. The coloring really helps. A lot of purples, a lot of nice contrasting colors. It looks good. Although the artist, who's the artist again? Aaron Cooter. I don't think he really has a handle on a thing because there's some panels, where he looks okay there, but then later on, it looks really goofy here. Like it almost looks like orange-colored Bad Rock from Youngblood. Like he started drawing the Thing, but then realized he had to leave room for the captions here for the speech bubble, and the speech balloon. It doesn't really work. It just looks kind of weird. Overall, the art's not bad. This is one of the better issues. As I was saying before, I really think Dan went back and read some of the older issues of Fantastic Four. I really got a Kirby and Lee vibe from this, and even a little bit of Byrne when they came back with some of the things I don't want to give anything away. Reed has an interesting ploy to distract Galactus, which I don't think Galactus would have fallen for, even in his weakened state, as Reed points out, and it kind of lampshades that. But anyway, not a bad issue. I'm going somewhere between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. I enjoyed it. And like I said, this has been one of the better issues of this series. So, still not crazy about what we're doing with Doom, but a lot of things in this felt like classic Doom. I will say that. Maybe we just need to do some rough cleaning with going from his incarnation as a hero to now. Of course, Doom always thinks he's a hero, but yeah, not crazy about that. But you knew it was going to happen. Everything reverts back to the status quo eventually. So I was hoping that we would see him a lot longer, in his previous state than going back to this. So anyway, that's my take on this. Another reminder, I'm going to be pimping this every single time. I am giving away a Mystique figure. All you need to do is subscribe and leave a comment answering the question, what head do you think Mystique should have come with? I had some good suggestions in previous comments. I still wish they would have done a Destiny, Irene Adler, because her and Mystique, go together. So yeah, I will be giving this away. It's open to U.S. and Canadian residents. Going to mention this every time. And I will be announcing the winner on Monday, March 11th. Pretty sure that's the 11th. I should have checked my calendar. And every comment, for on each video until then will be an extra entry. So any comment you leave, on a video will be an entry that I'll put into the hat, and I'll pull it out on Monday. So yeah, be sure to leave an entry. Be sure to leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe for a chance to win. And with that, I ran a little long tonight. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this issue. So anyway, thanks for watching. Another video will be up tomorrow, and I will catch you next time.